Alright guys, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. Gonna kick it off here right away with the first game of the night. That's gonna be the Knicks versus the Cavs. Now I do like this game. It should be a pretty solid one. Dennis Smith Jr., he's just gonna be another good option for us again on tonight's slate. He's just been getting up the shot attempts recently, and the minutes have been there. I think he's going to continue to roll. He should see at least 35 DK points tonight. Jordan Clarkson, he's not going to be a horrible play tonight. If you want a game stack with Jordan Clarkson, I don't mind it. Colin Sexton's a play that I really do like. In the first game against Dennis Smith Jr., he went for 20 DK points. Now, that wasn't the best, but his minutes have recently went up. His production has recently went up. He's been shooting the ball a lot more. I think he's going to be good for at least 25 DK points, so he should at least hit value. You can go for like 35 DK points tonight. Larry Nance Jr. is a play that I really do like. In his last 4 games, he's averaging 39 DK points per game. In the first game against the Knicks, he went for 40 DK points, so I think he's going to be another strong option for us tonight on this slate. The Knicks present a pretty easy matchup for him, so he should be able to go off, if he's going to be getting those minutes again. Then after that, I really like Marquise Chris. He's gotten over 23 minutes each of the last 2 games since joining the Cavs. Now, I do believe that the production is going to be there. Either way, he's going to hit value for us if he's going to be playing that amount of minutes. I like him a lot for one of the best value options on the slate. It's an easy stud and dud approach slate for us tonight. Brandon Knight's play that I do like as well. You saw with the 12 minutes he was able to get 13 DK points. If he gets that up to more around 18 minutes, should see at least 18 DK points. I could see him also 6xing tonight along with Marquise Chris. So not a horrible option. In the Charlotte-Indiana game, there isn't much that I like except for Darren Collison. In this matchup, he won for 40 DK points the first time against Charlotte, so he's about the only play that I like in this game, especially because he's priced down a little bit. He probably will get around 35 DK points tonight, so he's not a horrible option. Let's get into the next game. This game I really do like because there's a lot of solid options for us. Let's start out with the point guard spot. If you want to go with Reggie Jackson, you can. He's still a little bit too cheap. I'd rather just pay down and go with Randall here. Randall saw a minutes boost in his last game, was able to go for 26 DK points. This is just, he's too cheap. Obviously, he's starting filling in for Santa Ramsky, so I think he's going to go off tonight. Or, he should be a lock play for you at that price. You should see at least 20 DK points. Ish Smith's another decent value option, especially if you want to game stack it. He should see around 20 minutes, and he should see around 18 DK points. Maybe he has a really good night and can go off. He's not a horrible play at FanDuel as well. Luke Kennard's still a little bit too cheap. Now, it's only if he's going to be starting. That's when you can play him. We got to wait for that news to come out. But if he is starting, he should see around 28 minutes, and he should see around 20 DK points. Now, he's more of a game stacking option. I haven't really got on my way just yet to play him. After that, if you want to go with Bradley Beal, you can. Jabari Parker's a play that I really do like. He's finally getting the minutes, and he's finally able to produce. He's always been able to produce on the offensive side of the ball, so I think he's way too cheap. He could easily go for 40x or 40 DK points tonight. On FanDuel, he's still way too cheap. You just have to lock him in on FanDuel. Bobby Portis is a play, same thing. He's a guy where if he gets some minutes, he's going to produce. If he gets 30 minutes tonight, especially against Detroit where they played 2 bigs, he should be able to get that 30 minutes. He'll go for around 40 DK points. I do think he's going to be a strong option. Andre Drummond, he's just been at beast recently. I don't know how you really fade him, especially going against Washington where he just went for 46 DK points against them. So he's going to be a really strong play for me. My build's already coming together pretty well after the first 3 games. In this Detroit-Brooklyn game, not news has broken to see if anyone from Toronto is sitting. So the only plays I really like in this game are going to be D'Angelo Russell, who is averaging 42 DK points per game in this game, and then Allen Crabbe, he's going to be a guy who gets a shot attempt no matter what. All right, let's get into the Milwaukee Bucks game. So Bledsoe has won for 24 and 48 DK points against Chicago. Chicago just really pushes the pace. Zach LaVine has won for 30 and 47. So he's going to be an okay option. He's been doing well recently. I still think that LaVine's a little bit too cheap. Giannis has won for over 60 and then over 50 DK points in 2 matches with Chicago. So he's going to be a strong option. If you can afford to pay up for him, I do think you should on the slate. He should go for at least 60 DK points. Chris Middleton's a guy who's actually played really well in this matchup too. He went for 30 and then he also went for 50 DK points. Lauri Markkanen's going to be an okay option for us as well. He's just been dominating recently, going for over 40 DK points in 4 of his last 5 slates. So I think he's going to be a strong option. And then the sneaky play is going to be Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter Jr. went for 38 DK points the last time that he faced the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, that was with his old team, the Washington Wizards. But, you see his minutes are getting up there, and he's finally getting used to the team. His usage just going up slightly. So he could be a decent option for us tonight on the slate. And, we do like to attack the Bucks with those type of big men like Otto Porter. So not a horrible option, but not going to be the best option for us on the slate. Let's get into the next game, Clippers versus Minnesota. Now, Shamet had a really good game last game. If you want to play him as a value option, I don't blame you. A lot of that happened because his 3-ball was dropping, so it's kind of I don't want to ride the hot hand with him too much. Danilo Gallinari, on the first game back, I think he was going to play that full acclimate of minutes. The game just blew out, so he didn't. Last game was still kind of a blowout, but he was able to get to 29 minutes. If he's going to get around the 30-minute mark, he's going to be a lock to hit value. Going to go for at least 35 DK points for you tonight. Zubac is definitely too cheap at 4K. If he's starting again, he's going to get around 25 minutes. He's going to get around 25 DK points. He has the upside to go for more than that, so we know that. In 17 minutes against Towns the first time they played, he had 20 DK points. Speaking of Towns, he went for 55 DK points in his first game against the Clippers. I think more of the same is going to continue with him. He actually tore up Zubac when they played as well, so he's going to be a strong option for us tonight. If you were going to pay up for a center, I'd pay up for him. Let's get into the next game now. Houston versus Dallas. Now, Kenneth Faried's just been dominating. He's going to go for 35 DK points tonight, going against that Dallas defense that can definitely get defeated by center. So he's going to be a strong option. And then Chris Paul, obviously, he's too cheap. He was like $1,000 more expensive before he got injured. He's finally back from his injury. He's finally full health. This is a really easy matchup. He should be able to go for 40 DK points tonight. He's going to be a really strong option for me. I'm going to be trying to fit him into most of my builds as well. The problem is we got a lot of really strong mid-tier options, but we need to pay up. You can pay up for someone like Russell Westbrook, who has that narrative of trying to get 10 straight triple-doubles, trying to set that record. I think he's going to get it tonight, so you want to try to play him. Then you can run it back with Damian Lillard, who just went for 60 DK points. Maybe he'll have a little extra narrative going because of Westbrook was talking crap the last time they played, so you can maybe roll with him. Paul George just went for 60 DK points in this last game. As you guys know, I like to stack Paul George and Russell Westbrook together in my same builds. It's a nice solid base of at least 110 DK points with the upside of 140. So that makes for a really strong option. Amino has been a really sneaky good play, especially with Grant out. He should be able to dominate tonight. He went for 26 the last time they played. He went for 34 DK points the game before that. So he's going to be a really strong option tonight for a little sneaky value option for you. Nurk has went for over 40 DK points in each matchup against the Thunder as well. So he's going to be a decent option for us. With him, it's just a matter of if the minutes are going to be there or not. So kind of got to worry about that. Now with Grant out, that could mean that Nerlens Noel gets a few more extra run. And we know when Nerlens Noel, he's a points per minute player. So whenever he gets the minutes, he's going to produce. The first time that they played, he was pretty much a point per minute guy as well. So he's not going to be a horrible option. Kind of got to wait and see. I bet news will break and tell us if Noel is going to pick up that extra bump in minutes or not. Now let's get into the last game. There's not that much that I like in this game. Obviously, if Millsap is ruled out, Jokic gets a bump, Trey Lyles gets a bump. Trey Lyles is probably going to be one of the best value plays on the option or on the slate, so you could roll with him. Jokic went for 57 DK points in the first matchup against Miami, so he's going to be another decent option for us again tonight. But yeah, I really like Trey Lyles. He's a core play of mine if Millsap is out, so you want to try to fit him into your builds. Dwayne Wade has just been doing really well recently, averaging over 30 DK points in his last 5 games. Denver doesn't pose a horrible matchup. He went for 30 DK points in his first matchup with them. Then lastly, it's going to be Bam Adebayo. Now, with him, it's just a matter of the minutes are going to be there. Denver plays 2 bigs normally, so I do think whether it's him or Kelly Olynyk, one of those two are going to go off tonight. It's just a matter of figuring out which one. I'm going to go with Bam. All right, guys, that's all I have for you on tonight's slate. We'll be posting the lineup on the Patreon page shortly here. Please give me a like and subscribe. About to put up the PGA DFS video for this week. Should be another good week for us on the PGA DFS slate. Check that Patreon link down below. I'm going to be posting it for FanDuel and both DraftKings tonight. So hope you guys enjoy. Now let's keep cashing.